guys, and welcome to another Start With a Sketch. Today I'm working with a double page spread. I actually have 9 photos I want to include on this layout. My sketch only allows for 6, so I'm planning to make this photo mount here into a flap that flaps up so I can have some more photos underneath, and I also need to include some memorabilia, so I need some kind of a pocket to include those bits and pieces in from this particular night out. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. If you saw the previous video, let's start with the sketch number 4, you'll know that I'm working with one collection pack over a series of sketches, and that is the Market Street Ashbury Heights paper kit. It's by My Mind's Eye and contains 9 sheets of double-sided papers, some of which have got gold foil detail, which is really, really pretty. I've added a few bits of this kit, a couple of sheets of this paper. For example, this wasn't in the kit. I've also pulled out a few embellishments to go with it. I'm going to stick with those and only those. See the previous video for more details of what I've pulled out. And this set of stickers came with the kit. I've also pulled out some alphabet stickers too, because I didn't have any. But otherwise, apart from adding a few bits and pieces, I'm trying to stay just with the kit. I'm not adding any extra pattern paper, only cardstock or this particular pattern for the background of some layouts. And the odd Project Life card, but other than that, trying to stick pretty much to the collection pack and also to my sketches. So this is going to be a double layout. Like I say, I have 9 photos, and this one has a plainish background. I'm going to use these papers. I'm just going to start off by trimming off the manufacturing strips. And I've pulled out 2 papers from the collection pack that I'm going to predominantly use on this layout. They're both spotty. I'm not that keen on either of the B-sides, although I quite like the idea of cutting out a few bits from this one. But this one I think either needs to be used as a whole sheet or like a partial sheet, and I'm not planning to use that. I'm just planning to use those spots. So these spots are the ones that I want to be the predominant colour on the layout. Because I need to stretch it across 2 layouts, I can only cut it in half to 6 inches. It cannot be any wider than 6 inches, because otherwise I won't get 2 pieces that match. So I'm going to go for a 6 and a 6. I want that to stretch across the layout as in the sketch, so that would be this first piece here. It's slightly not quite to the edge this side, and there's a bit of a gap there, so I'm going to trim this one down by about 3/4 of an inch, I think. 11 1/4. Yep. And then this one, I'm just going to shave 1/4 of an inch off. My sketch up there. Bring those down a bit. Okay, so then I have another pattern paper layer that's going to go there. That I'm planning to use the other spotty paper. I'm just going to cut off a couple of 2-inch strips. Again, I'm going to cut one down to the same width as this one, so that would be just take 1/4 of an inch off, 11 3/4. It's going to sit there, and then this one, it needs to be smaller than this, So I'll probably take off 1.5 inches, maybe 10.5 inches. Let's see what it looks like. Yep, it's not bad. Okay, so I need to get that exactly right, but that's what it's going to basically look like. I don't like the fact that this pattern doesn't match up here, but that's always going to be a problem. Same here, doesn't match up, but hopefully it won't notice because I'll have my photos on there detracting. So just a quick look at my photos. Okay, so they're going to go on something like that, and I'm going to have these 3 photos along with my memorabilia hidden underneath a big flap that's going to go here. So I just need to sort that out. What should I use? I'm not sure I want to use pattern paper because most of it's going to be covered anyway, and it's going to waste a lot of it, and I don't have loads. So I also added to this kit a sheet of craft and 2 sheets of white. So I think I might stick to the craft in this case. And I'll get 10.5 wide. Yep, start with 8.5. I might go 8 actually. I think I'll start with 8.5. Okay, so they're going to sit on there nicely. I'm going to have this piece butted right up to this middle edge so that you can't see that the 2 patterns don't match up. And actually that means that, oh actually they'll be on show actually because this will lift up. So I was going to say we could cut away a piece of the paper underneath, which I still might do. I'll see. But I now need to attach this here. So I'm going to add in a score line. Just really narrow, 1/4 of an inch. That's going to be my photo flap. On there, and then that will all lift up. I think I want the pattern paper showing underneath it, so I'll probably have it around there. Okay, and then that will lift up to reveal more underneath. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and get a few bits stuck down, and I'm going to stick this photo flap down, but I'm also going to sew that on my sewing machine, so I'll pop that once I've done that. Okay, so I've got all of those layers stuck down now. I've also these photos were getting a bit lost in this background, so I've mounted those onto a piece of red cardstock which I've added to the collection pack, and I've got my photo stuck onto this photo flap. I've sewn it in place and it folds up to reveal a bit of gold foiled paper underneath, and this piece which is a continuation of this. It originally was going all the way across, but I decided to cut it down. That's a 4-inch strip there, and then have a piece of special treatment for what's going to go on here and on here. So I'll come back to what's going on underneath the flap in a minute. For now, I'm going to look at the layout as it is, like this, as a whole, and start adding some bits and embellishing. So my previous layout, which contains photos from the same evening in the previous video, was this one here. So I want to take some inspiration from this and include some of the same elements on this layout because it's from the same event. So I want a piece of this striped paper. I would ideally like to include some of this as well, maybe gold lettering. I'll definitely include some stars, and this red as well. I want to include some of this red, so they look like they roughly go together. According to the sketch, we're going to have something up here, stripped. So I've cut a piece of that striped paper, and I'm going to pop that up there, along with a piece of red to go underneath it, and that brings that in. I'm wondering if I should repeat this pattern over here, but there won't be very much of it showing, and I don't know how far in I want to go with it. Maybe I will. I'll cut a piece and see what it looks like. Perhaps go a little further in than this, bring it all together a bit. So I'll end it at that gold strip there. Add that to there. Now what does that look like with the flap down? Okay, yeah, it looks okay. I'll come back to that bit in a minute. I need something down here. This is going to be tricky. I have got some white space in the photos. There's nothing here that's really matters if I cover it up, so I need to find something to go there. Haven't found anything just yet. I want to include some stamping on this layout, and I'm planning to use this flower stamp. It's a Prima one. I ideally would have stamped before I sewed this layer down, because I'd like to include some flowers up here. So I'm just going to cover up the bit that I don't want to stamp on. And hope for the best. Definitely probably won't come out exactly perfectly, but I'll press nice and hard, it won't be too bad. Okay, so I've got most of the flower. There's a bit missing there, but that's okay. I can put something over the top of that. I'm going to go for another one, or half a one. There. Okay, so again, same thing. And I'm going to go for one off of the page as well. And I'm going to repeat that over here, but I haven't stuck those ones, so I'm all good. Okay, so that's what that's going to look like. and it's repeated over there, and I may try and include some over here. I won't be able to stamp directly onto the layout here, but what I might be able to do is stamp onto a piece of cardstock or paper and cut a flower out to sit on there. So I'll come back to that later. So I'm going to see if I can find these stickers to add. Date would be fine. Could add that one. Yeah, so none of those really go with my layout, so I put those to one side for now. I'm going to stick these down. Include some film strip washi. That was on the previous layout as well. Happy with that. And my date in there as well somewhere. Maybe down there. Maybe up there. Okay. I think I'll also add a paper clip. And have a yet flare badge that says yay. Quite like. Place. And I definitely want to come back to those cut out stars that the white die cut stars I used on the previous layout. Tie it all in together. Quite good one. So I need to find something to go down here. So I think I'll come back to my original idea of stamping a flower. Now, I don't think I can. Ideally, I'd like to use a piece of this, but I don't have any spare of that, so I'm going to use the next best thing, which is just a piece of craft card. I'm going to stamp onto the smooth side. Okay, I'm going to cut that out. So I'd like that to go on there somehow, probably with some washi tape. Perhaps I'll go for the film strip again. And I might also add in some red down here. Perhaps I'll do that with a piece of paper as opposed to tape. also have the remainder of this piece that I cut from here, so I could even get that on there. Okay. Clearly a bit too eager with my washi tape today. Okay, plus my flower can go there. Okay, and that's stuck to the bottom of that flat, so I can still lift it up and it lifts up as a whole piece. Okay, right, I need to perhaps add a star down here as well. I'm definitely going to need some smaller ones. I think I might punch out some stars from a scrap of white cardstock, some small ones, because I've got loads of big ones, but no little tiny ones, and I could do with some white ones. Okay, so for you to keep me going. So instead of that great big one there, I can add just in a couple of little ones. I'll probably add in some wood veneer ones like I did in the previous video, just to again tie it all in. And then I can add a big star up here. Again, some little ones. So I've got gold circles inside that layout, and I'd quite like to include a gold circle up here to cover up this area where my stamping's not quite worked properly. So I'm going to cut out one of those gold circles. I'm going to do a half one. See if I can add that there. Instead, look quite good, and I can stick a star there, coming down, a few scattered. Okay, right, I'm going to go ahead and add in some journaling, add in a title and get those little bits and pieces stuck down. I'm also going to add in some star sequins, a couple of brads and some star wood veneer pieces, all that tie in with this previous layout. So I've got, I say, the star sequins, the brads, and the little wood veneer pieces as well. I'm not sure what alphabet I'm going to use. I don't think I can get another title out of this set. I'll try. Otherwise, I might have to use something like that instead, or maybe some red ones. So I'll have a look and see what I can come up with, and I'll be back once I've done all of that. Okay, so I've got my title down and I've stuck all of my embellishments on. As far as the front of the layout goes, that's finished, and now I just need to work on the inside of this this flap here. So I've got a couple more photos I want to stick in, and plus I have a little envelope of memorabilia that I want to keep from this night too. So I looked for an envelope, and in the end I settled on two. This one because it was sealed, and this one just because it was quite pretty and went with my colour scheme. So that's my bits and pieces are going to go inside there, and that is going to sit in there like that. So I'm just going to add my bits and pieces in. We had a me and some friends are doing a come dine with me competition, and this was the first night out of the 4 dinner parties we're going to have, and they did a Casino Royale now obviously, and they even printed us money with our faces on that we could gamble with, and then there's the little place names and one of the little cocktail sticks there. So I'm going to keep all of those. The money is absolutely awesome, so definitely have to keep that. So that's all going to go inside my my envelope. But I didn't want any of it to fall out, which is why I wanted an envelope that was sealed. So that's easy to pull out and see if I want to see what's going on in there. So that and that photo are just going to sit in there. That's going to go on top of the photo, on top of the pocket. Pocket's going to sit about there, so they're offset slightly, so I'm just going to stick those down. And I want the bottom of this photo to be level with the bottom of this photo on the facing page. So it's going to be around there, so it looks like it all flows nicely. Okay, so that's that. Now I've got to work on this bit at the top. I have 2 photos, and I wanted to bring in some of the patterns and papers from the rest of the layout. So I have this piece here, I have a strip like that, and I have this piece of the red, which unfortunately I rolled my chair over and it's crinkled really badly, but it's alright. I'm going to hide most of it underneath there, it's just going to stick out a little bit. So I'm also going to do some stamping around here, and I need to write in my journaling too. I'll pop back when all of that's done. Okay, so that's my layout finished. I've added in some journaling. The rest of the layout hasn't changed since you last saw it, but the inside has been finished off. So I have 2 photos up here, plus I've added a title and some additional embellishments, the same embellishments I've poured through from everywhere else. And then up here, down here, sorry, I've added the envelope and the photo, and the envelope contains my memorabilia there. So it's a nice little momentum of the evening that we spent. So yes, thank you very much for watching. That layout was made to coordinate with this layout that I did in a previous video, which I think has come together quite nicely. It's obvious that they're from the same evening, and I'll be back shortly with another video using the same collection pack but a different set of photos. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.